I am truly disgusted with what is going on with college basketball right now and with the way things are going, with the way the NCAA is running things. I almost didn't make this video, but after thinking about this the past few days, I just had to get my thoughts out. And my beliefs are probably very similar to what y'all at home are thinking too. What the fuck is going on? Pardon my language. I'm at a loss for words. Like, what are we doing? What is the NCAA doing when it comes to college basketball eligibility? Let's talk about the G League players being given back eligibility to go play in college after failing in the G League. So this story broke earlier this year, but it actually goes back a few years. In 2024, you have international guys like, pardon my pronunciations, Fedor Zugic, who played 200 professional games in the EuroLeague and ended up being eligible in 2024 to play at Creighton, and they gave him 2 additional years of eligibility this past winter. Along with that, London Johnson was just given eligibility to play at Louisville this season, and that has caused an outroar by college coaches like Tom Izzo and Matt Painter, among others. And let's talk about Johnson. Johnson came out of high school and had offers from Alabama, Clemson, Virginia, North Carolina, and Tennessee, among others. He's a 4-star recruit out of Norcross High School and was the Gatorade Player of the Year finalist. He chose to forego his college eligibility in October of 2022 and reclassified to the class of 2022 to sign a 7-figure contract with the NBA G League Ignite. He forewent his college eligibility. That's what you agree to when you go play in the G League. You forego it. And this happened after NIL was legalized. So there isn't even the argument, oh, he didn't know NIL might be legalized. No, NIL was legalized in 2021, and he chose to forego NIL money to go to the G League, foregoing his eligibility. So, he was not the first player, though. Like I mentioned Zugic earlier, there was also his teammate on the G League Ignite, Larry Darlin. And he did the same thing and entered as a junior at Santa Clara. These guys are getting multiple years of eligibility to play college basketball after they forewent their college eligibility. They forewent it. They said, you know what? I don't want to go to college. I'm instead going to go to the G League. So why are they now, after foregoing their eligibility, allowed to come back to college? Well, I could tell you the argument. Johnson, who averaged 10.5 points per game with the Ignite, he never declared for the 2024 NBA draft and was selected 21st overall by the Maine Celtics in the G League draft and averaged 2.3 points per game. He would be waived from the G League because he didn't perform very well in the G League. So that's why he chose to come back to college. If he didn't get waived, if he had gotten picked up by an NBA team, he wouldn't be in college. Which, okay, I'm all for getting guys college educations and using your talent to do that. But if you forego your NCAA eligibility, you chose to skip college. You have the decision, go to college. He had the opportunity. He blew it. He decided not to take it. So now, instead, you create and open up another box of worms. You got a bunch of international guys coming over who played many, many games internationally. And you want to know what that's going to do? It's going to screw the high school basketball player. Guys, like, this isn't sustainable. This is going to kill the game. Because if you stop recruiting high school guys, which a lot of schools have, all of a sudden, you don't have the backlog of players to continue playing in 3 to 5 years. So the NCAA is allowing a 5-year window out of high school to come back to college and giving you that eligibility. Tom Izzo summed it up pretty good in his interview. I'm going to post that right here. When he was asked about it earlier this week, he ripped into the NCAA. Matt Painter also ripped into the NCAA. And every content creator that I know who's a basketball content creator has said the same exact thing. What the actual...
You know, I'm going to get myself in trouble, but I listen to people talk of how kids changed. Kids aren't the problem. We're the problem. This was sprung on us again yesterday, where a guy can be in the G League for 2 or 3 years and then all of a sudden he's eligible. Most of my people knew nothing about it. I don't think our commissioner. I mean, I am not real excited about the NCAA or whoever's making these decisions without talking to us, just letting it go because they're afraid they're going to get sued. So you're right. I said that this really bothers your coach if you're Michigan State fans. But if you want a silver lining in a cloud, I am going to call Magic tonight. I'm going to call Jaren Jackson, Miles, Gary, Max. You know, this just goes to show you how ridiculous people that are in power make decisions. I mean, you know, and I'm going to get killed because someone's going to say, well, if they go pro, it doesn't work out, shouldn't they be able to come back? Well, what about the freshman you recruited there? That's somebody's son. And he thinks he's got himself a good place, and all of a sudden, shazam, they pull out of their hat and bring a 21 or 22-year-old in. To me, it's ridiculous. To me, it's embarrassing. And I love my job. I don't respect my profession, and I don't respect who's ever doing that. Whoever made those decisions, because they're afraid that a lawyer's going to sue them, sooner or later you got to fight the fight. And you know, if we would have been aware of it, if somebody would have talked to us, maybe it's me, maybe I'm the dummy, but I'll never agree to that stuff. I think we're really hurting the freshmen in high school. I mean, the seniors in high school, giving them a chance, and we're just gonna, what's the age limit now? Is it 30? You know, if you have 3 beards and 2 mustaches, are you illegal? You're not allowed to play? I mean, what is it gonna be? And so, yeah, you hit a sore spot for me because the transfer portal is enough. You know, we have no rules. And now we just taken no rules and add some more no rules. And if everybody likes that, that's good. And I feel bad if a kid came out early. Maybe we shouldn't come out early. Maybe we should do a better job of helping kids make decisions, said decisions they make, and then, oh boy, I made a bad decision, so I'll go back. But the unintended consequences are the kids that are there will now get screwed and not have an opportunity. And then they'll be transferring, and then we'll have this circle. So I do not know everything about it. I cannot believe that this was sprung on us yesterday. And if it was done earlier and I didn't know about it, shame on me. But my compliance officer didn't know. There are people in this league didn't know. The NCAA's got to regroup. They got to regroup. That's my opinion. Only my opinion. So don't be mad at anybody else, be mad at us. But I'm not going to be mad at the players. I'm going to be mad at the adults in the room. And so don't blame the players anymore. Blame the adults that make the decisions that allow some of these ridiculous things to happen. And then the unintended consequences hurt kids that are trying to do it the right way, with a process, not jumping around. And that's my 2 cents, so put that wherever you want it.
What are we doing? I'm so disappointed. But sadly, I can say I'm not that surprised. The NCAA for years said, we're trying to do what's best for the athlete. No, you're not. You never were. You're trying to make the most money, and you're trying to avoid getting sued. The reason they're doing this and allowing this is because they don't want another lawsuit on their hands. And I think the most damning part about this is the fact that Tom Izzo came out and said his compliance guys didn't know anything about this coming down the pipe. And he who is a part of many boards, had no idea what was going on with this. And the NCAA doesn't even have instructions on what's allowed and what's really not allowed. It's a bunch of guys in suits and ties, adults, the adults in the room who are saying, how are we going to keep the same amount of money for us? And how are we not going to get sued? We're on a point of no return. This just opened a giant can of worms. What's stopping a guy who, after playing his freshman year at college, foregoing the rest of his eligibility, choosing to give up his eligibility, going to the NBA, signing an NBA contract, bailing out of the league after a year or two, and then saying, you know what, actually, I'm going to go back to college because technically I should have 1 more year or 2 left of eligibility. and suing the NCAA for letting him to get back in. And the NCAA probably will allow it. It's terrible. It's going to crush college basketball. It's going to crush the NBA, which is having a drop in viewership anyways and just had a major scandal this week as well. People are thinking in the short term more so from the long term. And I haven't heard one person say, oh yeah, this is great. This is the smartest thing ever. You can't defend it. The high school players are going to continue to suffer. The game's going to suffer from this. And you can make the same argument in college football with these former rugby guys coming from internationally, playing international rugby at the professional level and then coming and taking jobs of punters and kickers. Why is that allowed? You don't allow college athletes to take the money they won in the Olympics. That ruins eligibility, but a player can go get a professional contract overseas and then come back and play college sports. It's broken. Like the sad part of it is the people that are going to suffer from this are the American high school athletes. I'm all for expanding games. I'm all for helping others. But at the same time, if you want to play college basketball, you should not play professional basketball before going to play college basketball. It's that easy. This shouldn't be a debating point. I can't even believe I'm making this video. Like, the sport's going to destroy itself because you got players fighting to have unlimited eligibility because they're not good enough to go play in the NFL. But they're good enough to stay in college because they're 25, 26, 27 years old playing against 18 to 22-year-olds. And that leads to coaches giving up on high school recruiting and not recruiting the high school guys to replenish the pipeline that helps the NFL, that helps the NBA, and helps other professional sports. Like, come on, guys. NCAA, think. Stop trying to avoid getting sued and actually do your goddamn job. Do what you're supposed to. Go to court with these players. Make your case. Win the case. Give up your gosh darn nonprofit status. You're making profit. You should not qualify as a nonprofit. And that's going to continue to be used as a tool by the players and anybody trying to help these kids get more eligibility. And they're going to do that because it's their school that's going to benefit from it. And winning cures all issues. Come on. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm over it. I agree with Izzo. I agree with what Painter said earlier this week. And it's just depressing. What do you think? Should NBA G League guys be allowed to come back to college? Should NBA guys who failed in the NBA be able to come back to college? Should these international players who played professionally in over 200 plus games, among others, be able to play college basketball? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos YouTube thinks you will love right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.